Hey, thank you for auditing Professor Skye's Record Review, the always positive new music review show hosted by a French professor who has re-recorded this video like 5 times. I am so up in my head. I don't quite know why, but I'm gonna use this take. So if I make mistakes, you can just deal with it. I don't usually do song reviews. First mistake. I don't usually do song reviews. I do album reviews. I like listening to albums and thinking about them and spending a lot of time in the headspace and having something to say. With rare exception, I never ever covered just a single song. There's 2 exceptions. One, my daughter wants to talk about it. Hey, I'll do it. The other one is if it's a part of what I consider to be the pantheon of great artists. Radiohead, Kanye, Daft Punk, and Phoenix. All of them have the ability as artists to do what I consider to be the greatest thing an artist can do, which is change. Change without changing. That is to say, exercising their genius, doing what they do, but doing it in a way where the first time that you listen to it, you go, geez, I think they really lost the plot. I used to like them, I like their old stuff, but this new stuff isn't quite as good. Artists that demand that you go, shut up, Skye. No. This isn't 2001. That's, Radiohead, right? I wrote off Radiohead for like 6 months. With their new stuff, I wrote off Kid A and Amnesiac. And then I came back to them, and they're now my favorite albums, right? So, you have to push through and trust the artist with what they're doing. And all of these artists are capable of doing that. So when they release something, it is incumbent upon us. It is our duty to listen to it and say, what is it? What's new? What angle are they taking? What direction are they going? And you have to give it a lot of time. Now this song, Identical, by Phoenix, is a soundtrack to a movie by Sophia Coppola. That's why the Virgin Suicides image is up there. And it's interesting, right? It's interesting because the lead singer of Phoenix is married to Sophia Coppola. And as I'll get to in the lyrics later, I think that actually has meaning in the song itself. Also, quick aside, if you're into movies, I have an assignment for you. This is a tangent. But if you want to have a really great movie experience, watch The Godfather 3 commentary. The commentary to Godfather 3. And then watch Marie Antoinette by Sophia Coppola. It's the same goddamn movie. Marie Antoinette is about making Godfather Part 3. It's about the oppressive, crushing nature of privilege and the way that privilege can be turned against you, and about being in the spotlight, and about being unfairly scapegoated for things. It's an amazing experience. Very fun, very engaging, and the best way to watch Godfather 3. Tangent over. Was that a bad tangent? I don't care. I'm not re-recording this. So it's to the soundtrack to this new movie, On the Rocks, by Sophia Coppola. And it's just one song. And when I first heard it, you'll never guess what I said. I don't know. It's okay. It's not great. You know what I said when I first heard Ti Amo? Yeah, it's great. It's not Bankrupt. I like it. It's not great. You know what I heard when I first heard Bankrupt? Yeah, it's good. It's a little bit weird. It's not quite as good as Wolfgang Amadeus. They have the ability, and the way they change is a little bit more subtle, right? But still, when I heard this song, what happens is this, is the unifying thing between all these artists, and Phoenix in particular, is their ability to have what I would call deep production. So it's production in which the brilliance of it doesn't come through immediately. The brilliance of it comes through with multiple listenings. And it creates a sort of satisfying taste. It's sort of like in cuisine. It's like umami or something, right? It's not sweet. It's like something where you have trouble figuring out what is it about it that's so unbelievably satisfying. So let's break down the song. Now, first of all, I gotta say, I'm very vain about my hair. And right now, this is sticking up. But I'm not gonna re-record this. So you're just gonna I'm gonna record it like this. Or you could just not pay attention to that. I need a haircut. Okay, so let's talk about the music. Let's talk about the production. Let's talk about the singing. And let's talk about the lyrics, okay? The production, musically. I first hear it, I go, it's just a drum machine. Is this even a band? Is this just one guy with a... Who's doing what? It keeps going, and it's another great Phoenix earned earworm. Eventually, I just got it so stuck in my head. It has beautiful atmosphere, drum machine, keyboard, the voice, it all goes quite nicely and builds nicely upon itself. There's a specific moment which illustrates the depth of production that I'm talking about that I'm going to play for you in its entirety. By playing it for you, I might have to take this video down because of copyright strikes. I'm sorry. Phoenix, I don't make money on these videos. I don't. I could. There's a button I could press to make money on videos, but I don't do it. So hopefully you'll get money for this, okay? It's in the first chorus, okay? And this is the thing. You know, there's a great song, Summertime Madness by Kool and the Gang, that was then taken by Will Smith for the song Summertime. And there's this keyboard that starts low and goes doo, and then goes up an octave, woo, and up an octave, woo, and up an octave, woo, like this really crazy high octave jump, right? They do that in the chorus here, but they do it in a way somehow that it's subtle. And the way they do it subtle is that instead of having it go like every 2 measures or 4 measures, I think like the first shift up is on like the 5th measure of the chorus. And then like on the 9th, so like it builds up this tension. So on that second listen, 3rd, 4th, 5th listen, you hear the chorus go, and this synthesizer in the way back goes, and you know it's going back up again. You know. And you're waiting, and it's building up this anticipation. And the song itself has a lot of anticipation built into it. And you just get all excited about hearing when is it going to finally hit this high chorus, this high note. So I'm going to play you the whole damn chorus, okay? And I'm going to play it for you, and I'll sort of show you with my hand what it's doing, okay? All right, here we go. Not yet. I would have put it up there. Now? No, not yet. Now? No? All right. Building. One more. And then it cuts. And you know, the first time I heard the song, I didn't even hear that damn keyboard thing. And then the second time I noticed it. And then the third time I studied it. And now when I listen to the song, I just get excited. And I can't wait. And I can't quite predict when it's going to go up. Sorry, you're going to hear my dog Bo walking into the room. Okay, Bo, come on, Bo. Just go sit on your thing. They don't want to hear you click-clacking all the way in. Right? Like, it builds up, and you get all that excitement. And then it comes in. It's like Summertime Madness by Kool and the Gang, but different. And this is a great summertime song, by the way. Like, the summer's over, basically. I start teaching in 8 days. But still, it has that great kind of, like, kick-back, laid-back feeling that's good. Now, let's talk about the singing. Oh, actually, no, I'm not even ready to talk about the singing. I screwed up again, but I'm not going to edit this video one more time. You know, my whole family just sits upstairs waiting for me to do these videos. They're not allowed to walk around upstairs because it makes too much noise. So every time I re-record, I get this sense of guilt. It's terrible. So they do that same trick with the keyboard the second time the chorus comes through, but this time they chop it up quicker. So instead of it being like 6 bars or 8 bars for the first move up, it's just 4, and then it goes through much quicker. It's excellent. The voice has the typical Phoenix voice of his just kind of nasally talking, but they have a sweet syncopated backup all throughout the back saying the word of the song. Identical, identical. It's really quite nice. And then we want to talk about the lyrics. This is the thing. I've re-recorded the beginning of this video so many times. I talked about like Vincent van Gogh and the myth of privilege in art. I really went all out. I'm glad I cut those out. But the sense that I get when I listen to Phoenix often is that they are in a different room than their instruments. That there's this amazing distance that they're able to create. And maybe it's the quality of their production, but usually it's their singer, the husband of Sophia Coppola, who writes these lyrics and sings in this way. Like, he writes lyrics and sings lyrics that feel like they just don't connect. Like, his native language is French, and I'm sure he speaks English, but he sings like somebody who's sort of like reading an English dictionary and picking out random words. And everything doesn't quite go together. And there's a spirit to their songs, but they are almost instrumental. They're almost instrumental because the lyrics are so bizarre and unconnected, which makes this song particularly interesting because they actually have a cohesive meaning. These people are married, right? They're both like middle-aged, like young and hip middle-aged people who are married, who are creative and interesting. And they're making a soundtrack to a movie that's about a young, middle-aged, cool, hip couple that's going through a massive difficulty, potentially with infidelity. It's about the difficulty of maintaining a great relationship into middle age. It seems that the movie must be semi-autobiographical about this relationship. And this song, at times, feels like it's that. Like it's the question of where does one person end and where does the other person begin. The song feels like, and I can't quite make it out because still, they're able to create such distance from the lyrics to the point where you could plausibly deny that it's ever about anything. But here's some of the lyrics. I don't just know you, I've grown like that too. If I don't dislike you, I'm withdrawn, unrighteous too. If you have ever been in a great relationship, a very great, vibrant relationship in your middle ages, like I have, this is a very interesting way of expressing some of these weird fears. Like, it doesn't make sense in a way I can explain, but it makes emotional sense to me. I don't just know you, I've grown like that too. Identical, identical. Where do people start and end in a relationship? I think it's actually about something. And then sort of later it gets kind of Phoenix. Oh my God, that is just terrible. Hey, if you don't mind, if you don't like that hair bit, could you just put a thumbs down and I'll make the hair go down? Just like this video if you don't like that hair thing, okay? I'm gonna dislike my own video. This is just, I can't do it. Okay. But then later, it moves away from the kind of direct, understandable lyrics about feeling identical and trying to figure out, differentiate yourself in a relationship, right? I'm losing my friend, I'm losing my grip, praying all night to radio waves. That's the ultimate kind of normal Phoenix lyric, praying all night to radio waves. My hovercraft is filled with eels, okay? Like, I sort of get what you mean, but I don't quite. But then the line that they repeat over and over again, I'm no prophet, I'm your friend, take my advice, make your mistakes. A beautiful lyric that I don't quite get. So there's my review of the song. I suggest listening to it. I suggest listening to it many, many times. Phoenix is just a band that is so great to really get into and really dedicate yourself to. Don't just listen once, don't just listen twice. And hey, if you're interested in a long video essay about the changing nature of what is an artist in relationship to privilege and the bohemian myth, leave that in the comments because I can do that too. But I think you just want to hear me talk about Phoenix. All right, well, I'm going to go release my family from their jail time. Until next time, there's the camera.